Morning, me ducks. I hope you're all okay. I just realised I said morning rather than A up, but that's because it's just after 7 a.m. I've been up a while. I've got a lot of things to do today, and it's also Tarot Times Day. But I really wanted to get this video out there about this deck because there is a Black Friday deal on this deck, and it is being extended over the weekend because I'm doing this review. So I think it's only fair that, you know, I spend some time doing this, and so that people, if they do want to get it, can take advantage of the 10% sale that has been extended very kindly by Elen. I think that's how you say your name, Elena or Elen. Lee Macroon, who is the creator of the United States of Tarot. Now, Elen is a member of the Hermit's Cave Facebook group, and she has posted pictures of this deck in there. It was a couple of months ago, I think, and there was quite a variety of comments in there. I think the artwork is absolutely incredible. Ellen commissioned an artist to help her bring her vision for this deck to life. And she had the inspiration when Trump was elected as president back in 2016. And it took 3 years for this deck to come to fruition. And of course, we've got, you know, all the turbulence at the moment of what is happening in American politics. I do understand people's views when they say, oh, you know, politics should be left out of this, and this. I understand where they're coming from, but I hold a different view in as much as I believe that politics is a part of life, everyday life. We cannot escape politics. You know, it permeates almost everything. However, this deck is not just a political deck. It's a deck that relates to the United States of America. And many of you will be aware that I spent a lot of time in the States. I was married to an American, although that feels like a different lifetime now. But it really was my second home. And it is a place that I love. It is a place that I'm fond of. And I carry a part of it in my heart still today. I hope to return one day and see some other states that I didn't get to visit when I used to go over there. That said, one of the reservations I had about receiving the deck, because this has been gifted by the creator for the purpose of review, is that I might not recognise all of the people in the deck, but apparently it comes with a little pamphlet that does explain who people are, so that should be good. Also, I just wanted to point out that there is a lovely website as well, which is unitedstatesoftarot.com. It has all this, you know, home, sneak peek, about, contact, audio deck. So I will put the link below, but unitedstatesoftarot.com, and it's got this moving. But look how incredible the artwork is. So, but we'll have a look at that. As in the cards a little bit closer. The box is beautiful. I'm not sure if this will pick up under this light. But look, there you go. Look at the pattern in the box. It's lovely. It's in a 2-part box. It's got this seal that says the United States of Tarot. I'm going to try and carefully remove this so that I can tuck it, hopefully, under the lid and still keep this, because it's a nice title banner. But yeah, it absolutely feels wonderful. It's gorgeous. So let's open her up. This might take long. There we go. So it's quite easy to remove. It's a sticker. Let's see how we can do this. Do I need to keep it Well, we can have a look later whether that will work or not. So we have the Tower card as the cover. I'm not sure, it might be a different card on each one, I don't know, but if it is, I've got the Tower card, and you can see it's Trump Towers, or the Trump Tower. So this is the business card, the United States, it's not the, sorry, United States of Tarot. Now here it's got Elena with an A. I thought I saw that with an E before, so if I pronounced it wrong, I do apologise. Elena Lee McCain. And then here is the little, yeah, it says Elena here. Maybe it's just the bot, because on here, on the banner, it's with an E. That's why I was saying Elena. So Elena, so we know now. So we've got this little booklet, which hopefully will tell me who everybody is in this deck. The packaging is beautiful. We've got this lovely protection here for the cards to sit in. Yeah, and this is a nice, really nice box. So let's put that to one side. We've got a piece of card there. I'm not quite sure why that's in there. It wasn't at the back protecting them, but these are a nice size, a really nice size. It's a thick deck, so the card stock is good, is really good. They have a sheen. They're not heavily glossed, but there is a sheen to them. These are the backs, which is the White House. They're really good quality, but look how fantastic the art is. So if we compare this with a standard tarot, I think it's a bit bigger. Yeah, it's bigger and wider than a regular tarot card. So it's a nice sized deck. Wow, look at this. The artwork is lovely. There is a border and a little scroll at the bottom. It's like a gold border. So I will need the book. Everybody's probably looking at this, particularly if you're if you're American and you're like, we can all see who that is. You might be able to, but I won't know who everybody is in the deck. So this card traditionally depicts a youth beginning on a journey. The Fool can represent new beginnings and starting a new course in life with optimism. Conversely, the Fool can show naivety, poor judgment, and embarking on a path leading to danger. Our Fool is a blind man wearing... Oh, so this isn't actually a celebrity or a well-known person or a politician. This is somebody who's, you know, visually impaired. The dog is trying to give him the warning, which is, when we think about the Fool card, we think about the Fool not paying attention, looking up, smelling the roses, looking at the sun, and the dog giving a warning. But here's somebody who's about to, you know, find themselves in imminent danger, and this dog is tugging here, and it's coming from the polling station where he's voted. So yeah. Okay, so we have the Magician, and here we have, it looks like Putin pulling Donald Trump's strings. This card represents a powerful man who is an energetic, intelligent, and has powerful persuasion skills. This card can symbolize you or any individual who has too much influence over your life. They often work in politics, law, or position of authority. This man could use personal power or bring about powerful positive change, or on the contrary, to create utter chaos. Our dark magician is Russian President Vladimir Putin, shown controlling the puppet figure of President Trump. I just want to add, former President Trump. I know he's not out of office yet, but I just wanted to say that. Symbols of Russia surround, and a ghostly Rasputin, oh yeah, Rasputin, lingers in the background, so you can see here. The likeness is incredible. I'll have to see when I read the bump who the artist is. Oh, it's more than one. I have so much gratitude and respect for my extremely talented artists. Emmanuel Vasquez of the Philippines, Danny Jayla of Serbia, Victoria Davidova of Ukraine, Joanna Repspinska of Poland, the belated Romulo or Romy Myset of the Philippines, and especially the invaluable Jean-Marc of Serbia, who besides producing lovely art, gave me guidance during the long journey of completing this project. So here we have our High Priestess. Wow. So here, representing the priestess is Inez Milan, I'm not sure, and I'm butchering this name, a bold and beautiful suffragette in the early 1900s. Okay. So I think it's Inez Milan Bosevian. I'm butchering these names. Here we have the Empress, who is the archetypal Earth Mother. And this is Melania Trump. Oh dear. I need to see what the inspiration behind this card is. So here we have the Emperor. This man is the archetype of the father and could represent your own father or a male authority figure in your life. A good emperor is likely a man who offers security, advice and kindness. The dark side of the emperor, however, is someone tyrannical, domineering and narcissistic. President Donald Trump epitomizes this card, as the projection of his vanity shows him in the mirror as a powerful, well-dressed man, orator. In reality, he is merely dressed in his underwear and bathrobe with the Bible, money and the Declaration of Independence tossed carelessly underfoot. Let me see here. And then we have our Hierophant. That's a beautiful image. This man is representative of a holy man and exemplifies faith and spirituality. This is a person who tries to make life better here on earth. Wow. This card could represent a minister, pope, teacher, or any wise one who expands your spiritual life. The great civil rights hero, Reverend Martin Luther King, is shown here on the mountain top with the Holy Bible in his lap, gazing into a hopeful future he will never live to see. Listening and learning his lessons are a young Ruby Bridges and a young Barack Obama. Wow. That's probably one of my favourite cards so far, and I know we're only up to the Hierophant, but I love that we have Martin Luther King here with Ruby Bridges and Barack Obama. Gorgeous. This is beautiful. Look at that. This card is based on a real couple, the Lovings. The Lovings were an interracial couple whose marriage was considered illegal in Virginia in the 1950s, their love triumphed as the Supreme Court declared this law unconstitutional. The card shows the couple sadly embracing while a deputy and jail loom in the background. It's hard to believe. Here we have the Chariot. So indicating that we're on a journey, we're on a path. This card reveals a wagon drawn by one black horse and one white horse, driven by a young settler heading to the west for new opportunities. Reminds me of because of my history in the Mormon church, the Mormon pioneers who travelled west and found Utah. Here we have the Strength card. This is Senator Elizabeth Warren walking with a contented lion by her side. Nevertheless, she persisted, became a badge of honor as the United States Senate tried to silence Senator Warren's objections at a confirmation hearing. Wow. Somebody who really wanted to stand up for what she believed in. Here we have the Hermit card, which represents the wise leader, often unconventional. And this is Bernie Sanders. He is a senator of Vermont and has twice run for president in 2016 and 2020. The Wheel of Fortune. So this is Kellyanne Conway, who has continuously worked as counselor in Trump's administration, and Jeff Sessions, President Trump's former Attorney General. We have the Justice card. Justice Brett Kavanaugh was appointed to the Supreme Court by President Trump in 2018. Accusations of sexual misconduct were alleged, and he was appointed after a contentious Senate hearing. Justice Kavanaugh, I think that's how you say his name, represents the card, scowling and holding his beer as Lady Justice stands beside with the scales. Oh, that looks like JFK, the Hanged Man. I'll read the Hanged Man. I'll read this card. The archetype for the card is a natural martyr who sacrifices themselves for their love for others and a higher purpose. Classic examples are Jesus Christ, Martin Luther King, and Gandhi. If it represents a person, they tend to be selfless, giving, willing to stand up for what they believe is right no matter what, or a need for you to strive towards that example. The negative meaning would be someone overly passive and apt to let others take advantage of them. John F. Kennedy is portrayed sitting on a bench with his head lowered. A limousine waits on the street as his assassination looms. The upside-down flag symbolizes his coming death and the turmoil of the 1960s in the United States. That's quite powerful, isn't it? I didn't realise the upturned flag at first, but wow. And isn't it incredible when you know the fate of somebody or something, and then you look back and see something moments before? Oh, this is a very difficult death card, and this is going to be, I'm just going to give a warning here, because this is going to be quite upsetting for some people, and perhaps even triggering for some people. Death is one of the most feared cards in the tarot. It never means a literal physical death of you or another person. It means you are now or soon will be dealing with the ending of a significant part of your life. It could be a job, relationship, or anything else that's important to you. This change is often painful, but usually it is necessary. The phantom KKK Klansman sits astride a pale horse, clutching his Confederate flag in the gloom of a cemetery. We have Temperance. It's a beautiful image. This is a lovely and serene Native American woman who calmly pours water from one jug to another. The sacred white buffalo stands behind her. The scene is full of the Native American concept, the Great Spirit. Then we have the Devil. And this depicted here is Steve Bannon with chained captives and a white cross burning on the White House lawn, as we can see in the background there. Bannon served as the White House chief strategist, I should say, during the first 7 months of President Trump's administration. The tower, as we saw from the front, is Trump Tower, and we've got, you know, money falling from the tower. So dark and foreboding. Let me hold this steady. The tower is a symbol of disruption, loss, and unforeseen and often traumatic change. These are events that are out of your control. Whatever fearful event takes place, nothing is ever truly hopeless, and you'll find a way through this time. The card is based on Trump Tower. The tower has caught on fire during a great storm. Flags of money fall from the sky, while the United States endures the chaos that has followed the 2016 election of Donald Trump. Wow, I love the star card. And here we have the Lady Liberty herself, the Statue of Liberty, the emblem of hope and dreams, and a new life for immigrants as their ship approaches Ellis Island in the harbour of New York. Here's our moon card. Beautiful depiction of the moon there. This is James Comey, who served as director of the FBI for many years until he was fired by President Trump in 2017. Comey is shown under a huge moon, clutching a classified document as dogs howl eerily nearby. Oh yeah. And you can see the White House and in the distance. This is beautiful. There is an abundance of happiness and energy coming your way. There is nothing to say about the meaning of the card that is not positive. You are at the peak of joy and happiness now, and enjoy the feeling of freedom and love that surrounds you. A beautiful and joyous child dances on the beach under a bright sun while the American flag waves nearby. Wow, look at this. What is the depiction here? Depicted in the card is a powerful angel breaking the chains of a man who has spent his life enslaved. Wow. So this is around, you know, the abolition of slavery. The world card. I think the artwork is stunning, absolutely stunning. No matter what your views are on this deck or certain cards or images that are used to depict the meanings, there's no denying that the artwork isn't incredible. So we've got the final card, The world represents the completion of a major life journey. You have reached a major achievement in your life, and you are happy that the hard work and life lessons you've had to learn have paid off. Any negative perspectives would merely mean a delay in your achievements due to frustration. In our deck, a Native American woman sits on a hill holding the world in a healing embrace. A falling star foretells coming blessings. How beautiful. So that's the major arcana. I am going to go quicker through the minors. I don't want this, to be too long. I'm just looking because then in the book it tells you the courts, which are kings, queens, it groups them together, princess and princesses, and then it goes through swords. And let me just find the cups, and hopefully, so this is Maya Angelou, which is beautiful. Look at the rainbow in the sky. We have our Two of Cups, new relationships, the blossoming of love. And this is based on the American culture of the Old West, and inspired by the romance blossoming between handsome cowboys and innocent farm girls. And it's taken from the classic film Oklahoma, which is one of my favorites. I love Oklahoma. Here we have Three of Cups, Stephen Colbert, who is a comedian and political commentator. Oh wow, look at that. Like a golden cow here. So this is Mike Pence, Trump's vice president, a conservative Republican and evangelical Christian. He sits under a tree with arms crossed, ignoring the golden cup being offered to him. The golden calf watches nearby, serving as a mere idol representing the shallow man he serves under. Five of Cups, and this is Abraham Lincoln. Wow. He served as president under the American Civil War. That's very sort of flower powery. I love that. That's our Six of Cups. So, free-spirited young women from the 60s dancing to the tune of a young guitarist. So, yeah, representing that sort of hippie era that I just missed out on. So, some coffee. Then we have the Seven of Cups. So let's see who this is. Well-known conspiracy theorist Alex Jones represents this card. He is known for barking into his microphone as a plane with chemtrails flies behind him. The Seven Cups present his own twist on the traditional tarot images. Eight of Cups. So this is retired US Marine Corps General John Kelly. Love the Nine of Cups, sometimes called the Wish card. This card shows two close friends with their children or perhaps grandchildren. They are all reveling in the enjoyment of an American theme park filled with fancy fireworks and fun. And here we have the Ten of Cups. Our card shows a contented scene with an idyllic American family in their country home, Grandma rocks her small grandson while her brother listens to his sister happily chat while two lazy dogs sleep on the porch. The table is set for a home-cooked meal just inside the open door. Oh, it's like Little House on the Prairie. So we go straight into our kings. So I will have to look these up because they're going to be listed as kings rather than in sequential order. So King of Cups is George W. Bush, president from 2001 to 2009. And then Queen of Cups is Laura Bush. Oh, okay. So we've got presidents and first ladies, have we? I wonder if that's the same all the way through. And then we have Prince of Cups. So this is Robert Bobby. The Prince of Cups characterizes a young man who would portray an idealized Prince Charming in a fairy tale. This man is compassionate, idealistic, and at ease with showing emotions. For someone displaying dark tendencies, he tends to lose control over his emotions and become jealous and disillusioned when his quest in life proves difficult. Robert Bobby Kennedy embodies the prince. He is a lawyer, a lifelong advocate for civil rights, an attorney general under his brother, President J.F. Kennedy, and served as a U.S. Senator. He was tragically assassinated during his run for presidency in 1968. The card depicts the senator by his white horse near the sea. A rising phoenix symbolizes transformation and rebirth. And here is our Princess of Cups. And this is Oprah. I thought it was. Oprah Winfrey represents our generous princess. Winfrey is an actress, talk show host, philanthropist, and media personality. As cups are element of water, Oprah stands on a beach during sunset holding her cup in salute as dolphins frolic behind her. Oh yeah, beautiful card. So then we go to Pentacles, our Pentacle suit. Let me find them. So this card is Henry Ford with one of the first Ford cards, the most affordable American car, Model T Ford, and he stood outside of his home. Look at that for the Two of Pentacles. We've got this pier, this muscle guy working out, and a bear. That's an unusual Two of Pentacles. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger, Austrian-American professional bodybuilder, actor, businessman, and former Californian governor. And that's a Californian bear. We have the Three of Pentacles. Based on Ansel Adams, the acclaimed photographer known for his iconic black and white photographs for national parks across the United States. Adams poses with his camera in Yosemite National Park, a beautiful waterfall and deer behind. Four of Pentacles. This is Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky. Five of Pentacles. This is about, you know, the concern around poverty, unemployment, housing, and it depicts an area in American history of the 1930s with the Great Depression, referred to as the Dust Bowl, a poverty-stricken. I didn't realize it was referred to as the Dust Bowl in the States. And this is depicting a poverty-stricken family from the Midwest. And this is a migrant camp. Wow, so this is former president and philanthropist Jimmy Carter, who continues his charity work at Habitat for Humanity, building houses for people with low income, even at his advanced age. Wow. Cardstock is really great. I keep feeling like I'm picking up 2 cards. It's that good. So this is Stephen King, his teacher. Wow. So why have we got Stephen King? The appearance of the 7 of Pentacles shows a time when you are assessing your future. You have been working diligently, and this card is a good sign that your work will pay off and you'll reach your highest goal. A negative aspect, I like the way they do positive and negative aspects, would be anxiety and doubting that your activity is worth the effect. The card is based on best-selling author of horror and suspense literature, Stephen King. King's early days as a high school teacher are intertwined with visions from his famous novels. Yeah, so we've got the balloon here, look. Wow. 8 of Pentacles. So this is Nikola Tesla, the inventor of the Tesla coil. Oh wow, Gorillas in the Mist, love it. So this is our 9 of Pentacles, and it's Dian Fossey, of course, who was a well-known American zoologist, famous for her long-term studies in mountain gorilla. If you haven't seen the film where Sigourney Weaver plays Dian Fossey, then do. It's incredible. Tragic demise, but really incredible. Then we have the 10 of Pentacles. So this card is based on the wedding of John F. Kennedy and Jacqueline Bouvier Kennedy. The future president and first lady are shown after the wedding with best man Bobby Kennedy and Jacqueline's lovely maid of honor. Wow. Great likeness for Jackie O. Wow. That's Ronald. I recognize Ronald. So let's go back to our courts, which are separate. King. So King of Pentacles. So Ronald Reagan, a former actor who served as president from 1981 to 1989 and was a popular president. Reagan is most famous for his Berlin Wall speech when he challenged Soviet Union leader Mikhail Gorbachev to tear down the Berlin Wall. Oh, look at the Hollywood sign in the background, giving a nod to his former career. Tear down the wall. Love that. And we have Nancy. So they are, when it comes to the kings and queens, it appears that we're going to have the former presidents or presidents and first ladies. So yeah, just say no, Nancy. So the Prince of Pentacles, in this one it's Donald Trump Jr. He is President Trump's son, a wealthy businessman who assists management of his father's businesses and is active in his father's presidential administration. He has also horrified many for hunting endangered animals for sport. Ugh. So the Princess of Pentacles. Our Princess of... Oh, I've gone to... Why is it mentioning cups under Princess of Pentacles? I'll read what it says. Denotes a young woman who is practical, ambitious and realistic and works hard to attain financial success. She is a smart businesswoman devoted to family and tends to be traditional. The dark side of this card is a tendency to be materialistic and entitled. Then it says, and this is under the Princess of Pentacles, so it must be an error. Our Princess of Cups is Ivanka Trump. Ivanka is one of President Trump's daughters, which would make sense for the Prince and Princess to be both children, but it does say Princess of Cups. But as we know, the Princess of Cups was Oprah Winfrey, so it's just a typo. And then we go to our swords. So here we have our Ace of Swords, and this is Robert Mueller. Mueller has been a lawyer and law enforcement official who served as a director of FBI from 2001 to 2013. We have the Two of Swords. This card is based on our country's fierce disagreement over balancing Second Amendment rights with gun and safety measures. Wow. The card shows a blindfolded woman alone in a boat holding crossed swords with the Second Amendment flying at her feet. Three of Swords, which is usually that card of heartbreak, loss, separation, grief, etc. The Three of Swords card epitomizes the pain of zero tolerance immigration policy initiated by President Trump and strongly supported by senior advisor Stephen Miller. The card depicts heartbroken children separated from their parents by a guard. Again, that's a very powerful image and can be quite upsetting, but it's reality also. It's happened and probably still happening. Hopefully not for much longer. Four of Swords is Clara Barton, a pioneering American nurse who cared for the wounded during the Civil War. Then we have the Five of Swords, and this is Reince Priebus and Anthony the Mooch Scaramucci. Priebus was White House Chief of Staff for President Trump for about 6 months in 2017, while Anthony Scaramucci served as White House Communications Director for a mere 11 days. The men were known to despise each other, and Scaramucci gave profanity-laden attacks to media about Priebus. The two men are shown in an alley after fighting a duel, and Scaramucci has won the duel as Priebus stands defeated. It's a really gorgeous scene. It's almost like a photograph. This is our Six of Swords. Harriet Tubman symbolizes this sense of hope. Tubman was born into slavery in Maryland and as a young woman managed to escape to a free state. At great personal risk, she rescued hundreds of men, women and children from slavery. She's shown rowing slaves to freedom in the cover of the night. What an amazing individual. Seven of Swords, the card of deception and lies. and other unethical conduct. Here we have Cohen, who served as a personal lawyer for Donald Trump from 2006 until 2018. He pled guilty to criminal activity. Michael Cohen. 8. Sean Spicer is the face of this card. Mr. Spicer served as press secretary and as communications director under President Trump in 2017. Oops. 9 of Swords, often seen as the nightmare card. I love the way it's depicted here. So who's this then? In the deck we see a husband and wife on their little house in the Midwest with their dog beside them. A tornado draws near as the terrified family watches the approach. Wow, so that's the actual nightmare of the tornadoes that are experienced in those parts of the States. 10 of Swords. There is a painful ending that cannot be avoided, but must be endured. You feel devastated and defeated, and it may feel like the world is literally ending. Try to remember that sometimes an ending is inevitable before a brighter future can begin, and find a way to foster hope in your heart. The card imagines a horrific I can't speak. The card imagines a horrific apocalyptic vision of bombs dropping over an American city while our flag is pierced by the 10 swords. It's a scene of total devastation. A dove rests on a nearby tree, symbolizing hope. That is a powerful card, isn't it? Here's Barack as the King of Swords. So let's go to the courts. So we know that that's Barack Obama. This king represents a mature man who is intelligent, articulate, and cool under pressure. He is concerned with fairness and has a strong character. On the negative side, he can have a sharp tongue and has difficulty showing emotions. Represented by President Barack Obama, first elected to the presidency in 2008, he won a second term in 2012 and served until 2017. He is the first African American president. Obama is known for his intellect, empathy, and his thoughtful speeches. He is shown on his throne at his birthplace, Hawaii. The traditional lei is around his neck at one of Hawaii's beautiful beaches. And then we have our Queen of Swords. And this is Hillary Clinton. So we don't have, I mean, she would have been his successor, but we don't have what we had in the first two suits, where it was, you know, I was hoping it was going to be Michelle. Really hoping it was going to be Michelle, but it's Hillary Clinton. Then we have the Prince of Swords, and this is Jared Kushner. Mr. Kushner is President Trump's son-in-law and senior advisor. And then the Princess of Swords is Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She is a political advisor for Donald Trump, as well as one of his former press secretaries. Oh wow. NASA, we have liftoff. So this is the final suit, which is our wands. So I will just find them. So yeah, as it says here, it's about, you know, the card signifies the beginning of an exciting new possibility of creative projects, adventure, etc. So this is Space Shuttle Columbia, which first launched to widespread excitement in 1983. Ah, we all know who these guys are. So this is the Wright Brothers, which is Wilbur and Orville. I love that, I mean, these are kind of like very air feeling for wands, but I guess there's fieriness to them too. So, Three of Wands. This is around space exploration, and this is an eccentric creator, Elon Musk. Symbolizes the card as he is the picture of elation at his creation. Oh, look at that. Love that. So here we have President Obama and Vice President Joe Biden. New President-elect Joe Biden. And of course this deck was made before he was elected as president. But yeah, I love this. And under this celebratory, you know, what we see with the Four of Wands, that sort of celebration here, this canopy of flowers. And it's just, their friendship is just so evident here in the card. It's beautiful. I didn't even read about that. I just could see it. Where are we? Five of Wands. This card features an attorney of President Trump and the former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani, with his associate Lev Pamas, who gave evidence at Giuliani's wrongdoing in a financial scandal. Wow. The Six of Wands. General George Washington is shown riding his white horse in full military uniform and being honoured for his service in the Revolutionary War. George Washington became our first president in 1789. Then we have the Seven of Wands, and this is Senator Nancy Pelosi, who became the first woman appointed Speaker of the House of Representatives. She stands in front of the flag, fortified by a row of wands during the impeachment hearings of 2019. Yay! We've got the moon landing here, is the Eight of Wands. So this is, this card depicts our exciting progress in space travel. The card is modelled on astronaut Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon. So Senator John McCain is the personification for the Nine of Wands. The Arizona US Senator and Vietnam prisoner of war hero stands with resolution with the eagle perched on one of his wands. Memories of his young and powerful self sustain him. Wow. Again, quite a difficult card, but you get that sense of burden and weight. So, I mean, this is, it's depicting the continual racism in which has plagued vulnerable groups in our country throughout history. It shows a black slave picking cotton, a Chinese immigrant building our railroad, and a Mexican migrant worker picking fruit. And then our final course, we've got Clinton there. Let me find the ones. Okay, so the King of Wands. So this is President William B. Clinton, who served as president from 1993 to 2001. He was known for his charisma and his ability to stabilize the economy. President Clinton was the second president in history to be impeached for lying under oath about a sexual scandal. As he was acquitted, he served out his second term. Our card depicts him in front of the White House, his cat Socks in his lap, an American eagle and broken wedding ring attops the wand. Oh wow, yeah. Okay, why has we gone to... Oh, it's an additional card. Okay, additional card. So then we have, and that might be why that white card was in there at the beginning to, you know, to separate them. I was hoping Michelle was going to be in this deck. I love Michelle Obama. I want her to run for president. It would be amazing. Amazing if she did. So the card is represented by Michelle Obama, who served as First Lady from 2007 to 2017. She is a lawyer, an author, and the first African-American First Lady. Michelle is depicted surrounded by nature and the abundance of life. And just look how beautiful that card is. It's really gorgeous. Then we have the Prince of Wands, which here is Paul Ryan represents this prince. He is a conservative Republican who served as Senator of Wisconsin. And the Princess, oh, excuse me, the Princess of Wands is Kamala Harris. Okay. Kamala Harris was the first woman to serve as Attorney General in California and is now Junior Senator for California, elected in 2017. So then we have this additional card here, which is Tarot Creator, and it is our lovely Eleanor Lee McCoon. So this is the creator of the deck, and I love that she's put this in. Look at this home that she has as well. She looks really at home with her pets. Beautiful, really beautiful. So thank you. And this little booklet has been a godsend. You know, whilst I recognised many people in the deck, not all, and I think it's beautiful. There's some powerful images, there's some provocative images, and some very emotive images too. But, you know, it is depicting history of the American people, and I think it's done well. Let me know your thoughts. I know it's not going to be for everybody, and that's fine also. And I did notice some unpleasant comments that appeared in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group, and I'm not going to have that, you know. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's absolutely fine. But, you know, for some people, it's been their life and their experiences, and why not have that represented in a deck for them? All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste, and blessed be.